All right. So I want to get this video out before the chapter drops because I want to talk specifically about this kid in Law versus Big Mom situation that's going on. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I was hating on Kid. Well, I wasn't hating on Kid, but I've just always been like, I'm uninterested in Kid's character. And I kind of still feel that way, but like not in a bad way. Like, it's not like I'm saying, oh, Kid's trash, because he's clearly not trash. Like, this man has damaged the Yonko alongside Law. He's not trash when it comes to power. It's just he hasn't had the opportunity to be fleshed out like Law yet, so I'm kind of just like uninterested in him at the moment. But I'm hoping that if he does have some sort of precedence in the future of the story, that we'll learn a little bit more about him. Like at this point, like I'm more interested in Killer than him, and it's like I don't know, man. I feel like that shouldn't be the case, but like, I want to talk about this fight though. I want to talk about Kid-in-Law and Big Mom and the future that I see for this situation and them, and kind of put in my final predictions of what I think is going to happen. Of course, though, before we get into the video, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like for me. You feel me? I need that. Also, make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications if you don't want to miss any uploads. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So Kid-Law and Big Mom's fight is interesting, right? Because we haven't really seen advanced conquerors yet, and I'm not saying that there's not a possibility Kid gets it before this fight is over, but the way that it's shaping up, it seems like maybe, just maybe, he's not going to be using it. And if that's the case, that's going to change like people's perspective on power scaling a lot, and I'll explain. Up until now, recently I've seen, especially like on Twitter for the most part, and I guess through some like One Piece YouTubers, that advanced conquerors is like the pinnacle of power. Like if you don't have advanced conquerors, you're not really able to mess with the top tier who have advanced conquerors. Now, I want to specify something about advanced conquerors, right? Everybody's is going to be different. It's hockey at the end of the day, which is related to your will, things like that. Certain people are going to have more hockey blooms than you. Some people are going to be more experienced with flowing their hockeys, things that can influence how strong their advanced conquerors are, just like they can influence how strong the armament is or observation is. There are different levels, different techniques, things that can change how everybody's power scaling is. So just because you have advanced conquerors does not mean you're on the same echelon as someone else that has it that's way more experienced and theirs is stronger than yours. But I think that Oda is showing us right now that it's a possibility that with either weaker hockey or without the advanced conquerors, it's possible to compete. Let's take Luffy and Kaido, for example. Kid recently has said that, even a mountain can be worn down over time. We see, them thinking that with enough time, Luffy can defeat Kaido. But Luffy himself has said that his haki is weaker than Kaido. So either Luffy's haki is going to bloom and become as strong as Kaido's, which is still a possibility, or he's going to, through attrition and other means, future sight, things like that, the gears, things that Kaido doesn't have, he's going to overcome the gap. It might take for his devil fruit to overcome the gap that he has. It's going to take his future sight, something that Kaido does not have. Same thing with Kid and Law. They have been using their awakenings and things like that to damage Big Mom, but they have not used advanced conquerors till this point. Again, I'm prefacing this with the fact that Kid could get it. My point is, Oda may be showing us that it's possible to compete with top tiers without it, which is going to change the perspective of power scaling in the community, like I said, because everybody that has been harking so much on advanced conquerors and holding it to such high esteem are then going to have to admit that it's possible for people to overcome it without it. I, for one, am not under the assumption that every admiral will have conqueror's haki. I think that Akainu, Aokiji having it makes so much sense, but I don't know for sure if Kizaru, Fujitora, or Green Bull will. Now, I could be wrong about this, just like I could be wrong about everything else that we all speculate on, but that's neither near or there. My point is, it's a possibility that these people are top tiers due to their other forms of haki, maybe Fujitora with his swordsmanship, or their devil fruits. These things like Kid and Law, what they're doing could be the reason why they're so strong and how they can compete. With that being said, I think for the future of this fight, I see it going a few ways. Either they're going to defeat Big Mom, and no, I don't mean put her out of commission for the rest of the story, because she has narrative relevance further in the story, which I want to talk about soon. But also, we know Oda does not just kill people. It's not going to happen. Big Mom's not going to die to Kid-in-Law. Her getting captured, possible, but very, very less likely than what I think will happen, and that is she gets defeated, and by the time she gets defeated, Kaido has been defeated, and it's just advantageous for her to retreat. Her crew is still here in Wano. There's no reason for her crew to be here if they're not going to be coming up the waterfall to help in the fight, so what else are they there for? To help Big Mom get away when she needs to. Oda has had her crew here so they can probably catch her if she flies off the island, or if she jumps off the island, or if she gets away with Hera or whatever. She needs to get caught by her crew. If she falls in the ocean, her crew can pick her up. Her crew is here. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I think it's very much likely that if Kid and Law do defeat her, she will still be in the story and get away scot-free. You know, she'll still have injuries and things like that, but it's Big Mom. She's going to heal up. She'll be fine. She has a monstrous body. The reason why I think this is most likely, in my opinion, is because she has narrative relevance to Elbaf. There's still the thing with the giants. She still needs to go to Elbaf, in my opinion. Also, I'm still under the assumption that when she is to get put out of the story for good, it will be Luffy who does that. There has been build up for Big Mom and Luffy since Fishman Island when Luffy ate those sweets, and since then Big Mom has been so circumvented on defeating Luffy. Her entire crew says, don't forget why we're here. The real reason is to defeat Straw Hat Luffy. Big Mom fought Kaido for 3 days over wanting to kill Straw Hat Luffy. She wants Luffy. Luffy also says, after I defeat Kaido, you're next. I just don't think Oda would have these characters say these things, interact these ways, if they're not going to cross paths at some point. That just doesn't make sense to me narratively. On top of that, there's this really cool theory that I think has some sort of like leadway in the story of some of these CP0 members being some of Big Mom's friends from when she was a kid. Mother Caramel was working with the government. These kids look very much like some of these members. That is something that could definitely happen. Now, I don't know if this is just Oda paying homage to, you know, Big Mom's friends, but Oda doesn't seem like the type to do that. I think that he's connecting these things for a reason. We're either going to learn about some of it this arc or in Elbaf, I'm pretty sure, especially since Elbaf is where she met these people originally, where she ate them, quote unquote, originally, where she had the issues with the giants initially, where Mother Caramel died and passed the fruit on. So like, I'm just saying, there's so many things that tie Big Mom to Elbaf. I just feel like she has to be involved in that arc somehow, but she might not be the big bad, right? I think one thing that people hate the thought of is Big Mom going and being the main antagonist in the next arc when she was just like the second antagonist in this arc. I don't think that it's out of the question, but I think it's possible for Big Mom to be involved in Elbaf without being the main antagonist. And I think that's something people should learn to like understand. She doesn't have to be the main antagonist just because she's in an arc. She's in this arc right now and she's not the main antagonist. So that's proof in of itself. The other scenario in this fight is that they don't defeat Big Mom, but they do stall her for enough time and they give Luffy enough time to defeat Kaido, in which once again the same kind of thing would happen. Big Mom, except this time instead of running because of injuries, would just leave because she's betraying Kaido. There's a whole theme of alliances happening and then not working out between pirates. This is something Kaido talked about, and because he spoke about this directly, you know, in regards to, you know, the alliances that have been made here between the Supernova but him and Big Mom, I think it's a possibility that him and Big Mom's alliance does not work because Big Mom simply will betray him as soon as she realizes Kaido is lost. I say that these are the two things that I think could happen because the other one is like a tie situation, but like, what are like Big Mom, Kid and Law gonna knock each other out and they just lay there? Like, I just don't see Big Mom just laying there. Like, eventually she's gonna get up. I just hope, for God's sake, that whatever happens to Big Mom, she doesn't get hit into this like amnesia mode again. That's like one of my biggest fears because like I just really didn't like that. It made sense for the time, but like, come on, yo. Like, what are we talking about? Like, nobody wants amnesia Big Mom. Like, I think that's one thing that the community kind of can come to a consensus on. No matter how you slice it though, Kid and Law have done significant damage to someone that said they haven't taken this type of damage in a long time. So that is very impressive on both Kid and Law's front, and we gotta respect them, bro. I know that's like, I kind of was sleep on Kid and Law when I did my top 30, but that's before I seen the things that they're doing right now. Like, and I'm allowed to change my mind. That's something, you know, the story does for us. We think one thing and then we see something and it's like, okay, well now I have no choice but to logically change my mind because Kid and Law are literally doing their thing right now. Like, they are so formidable. Like, I can't, it is what it is. Even if you don't like Kid's like attacks and his moveset, his bag, he is very strong. He has a lot of attack potency. So does Law, you know, with his internal moves. That Kroom is crazy, bro. Like, the assign is so fire. Like, the reason why assign is impressive is because it helped do damage to Big Mom. Imagine if he assigns someone else that doesn't have Big Mom's durability or Big Mom's use of haki. Oh my God, bro. If he uses a sign on like anyone like under first commander, like it might pack him up. Like it honestly might pack him up, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like if you're around metal, of course, like he has to be around a bunch of metal. But if you assign someone that's like second commander down, bro, like, and there's just metal everywhere, like I think they're getting packed. Like we're smoking on that Zaza pack. Like if he did it to like Cracker, he is destroying Cracker with a sign, bro. Like Cracker has no durability, bro. Like, bro, oh my God, son. Like I just feel bad for anybody that would get assigned around metal. Like, but that is deadly, son. Deadly. It had that punk crash had blood coming out of Big Mom's face, her eyes, nose, mouth. Like, bro, what are we talking about? Kid is crazy. But guys, these are just my thoughts on Kid in Law versus Big Mom, but I want to know all of yours. So make sure you comment down below and let me know. Also, my Twitter link and Discord link is in my pinned comment. Make sure you follow me on Twitter and join my Discord. And as always, I hope you all are staying safe and healthy during these trying times. This has been Synsei Inc., and I will see you all in the next video.